Emmerdale actress Catherine Dow-Blyton, who portrayed Harriet Finch, revealed her shock and tears over being axed from the show after an uncomfortable character arc. She discussed the abrupt departure on the Soap from the Box podcast, expressing surprise and reflecting on her character's trajectory. Blyton mentioned feeling ready to leave but appreciated the show's decision. She critiqued the current trend of sensationalism in soaps, emphasizing the importance of character-based storytelling. In Hollyoaks, Eastenders star Rita Simons debuts as Marie Fielding, causing chaos at a joint gender reveal party for Leela and Mercedes. Marie's arrival triggers a feud between her sons, Joel and Abe, and intensifies conflicts with Mercedes over Warren. Simons brings a captivating presence to the show, leaving a lasting impression. Coronation Street, Eastenders, Neighbours, and Hollyoaks delivered tantalizing spoilers. Major exits, arrests, and betrayals shake up the soap landscape. Notable storylines include Eddie's blackmail in Eastenders, Toa Dai and Melanie's exposed affair in Neighbours, Patty and Chaz's emotional moment in Emmerdale, Roy's false murder arrest in Coronation Street, and Romeo's escape in Hollyoaks. These gripping developments promise lasting repercussions across the soap opera genre. Emmerdale legend burst into tears over being axed after uncomfortable a story. Emmerdale's Catherine Dow-Blyton has opened up about her time on the ITV soap and her character's shock departure. The actress played Harriet Finch from 2013 to 2022, with the character's life coming to a sudden and traumatic end during the Emmerdale storm. When Harriet jumped on a quad bike and made her way into the woods to search for Amelia Spencer, things took a dramatic turn when she fell down a steep hill and became trapped under the bike. Kim Tate found Harriet and pulled her free, but a lightning bolt struck the bike, killing Harriet. Almost 2 years on from the dramatic scenes and her exit, Catherine Dow-Blyton has been speaking about the final scenes. "I got so many lovely messages after Harriet died. People going, she hasn't even had a funeral, where's her body? I just felt a bit sorry for Harriet, it is what it is," she told the Soap from the Box podcast. "You have to suck it up and go, that's showbiz. The irony is that was the first Super Soap week I've been involved with." Reflecting on the conversation she had with bosses that confirmed Harriet would be leaving, Catherine explained. "I went up and they basically said, 'We love Harriet and we're going to give her a good death.' I did sit there for 10 seconds thinking, have I done something wrong? They say don't take it personally, but it's impossible not to. I was taken aback. I said, well, you don't know what to do with me anyway, do you? I tried to get out of the building, sat in my car and burst into tears because it was a shock," she added. "I had been ready to go for a while, to be fair, but to make the decision to leave a good job is a big decision and I'm glad they made it because I possibly wouldn't have been brave enough." The actress also went on to speak about Harriet's character arc. Before her death, she suffered a breakdown and returned to her role as a police officer after working as the local vicar. "Going back to being a policewoman on the beat at my age was, I think, a bit left field," she said. "For the first time in my nearly 10 years, I felt uncomfortable in my own skin because it just felt wrong to me. When Harriet came in she was such a fabulous character, she was a bit naughty, a bit off the wall, she had a sense of humor. When did you last see Harriet laugh?" She continued, "I think the problem is everything seems to be very sensational now. When you watch the old episodes, it was very much character-based. You just think, why has everything got to be conflict, murder, affairs? You can have a character that's single or a happily married couple. I don't know whether soaps are a victim of their own success because there is a limit. When you're doing 6 episodes a week, what do you do to keep people interested? It just seems more of a competition between soaps to do the best stunts and the best trauma and tragedies rather than characters." Hollyoaks confirms Rita Simons' debut story as newcomer Marie Fielding makes a major enemy in clash with show legend. EastEnders star Rita Simons makes her long-awaited Hollyoaks debut next week as Marie Fielding, mum to Joel, Dexter and Abe, and she wastes little time in making her presence felt. Joel is on cloud 9 next week as Leela Lomax, who is pregnant with his child, suggests throwing a gender reveal party for their baby at the Dog. Mercedes McQueen, meanwhile, is taken aback by the return of Warren Fox, who swore revenge on her last time he was in the village, despite the fact that one of her unborn twins is his. The former landlady of the Dog attends her scan and is incredibly nervous, with Perry Lomax determined to put her mind at rest. Leela and Joel, who are attending a scan of their own, spot Mercedes and invite her to their gender reveal party. Mercedes, however, decides that she wants a party too, much to Leela's dismay as she turns the event into a joint gender reveal party. In Mercedes' defense, both she and Leela discovered they were pregnant on the same day in the dog, so perhaps it's only fair that they share another milestone. The event in question, despite a few hiccups, gets off to a good start, that is, until Abe, who has been clashing with Cleo over his infidelity with Teresa, turns up at the pub. Mercedes and Leela pop their balloons to reveal the gender of their babies, but the moment is overshadowed by feuding siblings Joel and Abe, who get into a vicious fight. The brothers, however, are soon pulled apart when their mum Marie arrives out of the blue, wearing a dress that she previously stole from Mercedes. With blue and pink confetti raining down during the showdown, everyone is left confused. Marie, meanwhile, makes it quite clear that she wants to make amends with both her children following her release from prison, but Joel bites back, telling his mom that he wants nothing to do with her. Abe proves more welcoming, and a subsequent conversation between he and Marie will confirm that there is more to her arrival than meets the eye. How intriguing! Mercedes, meanwhile, is on the warpath, with a showdown ensuing between she and Marie in the village over Warren. A second run-in between the two takes place at the dog and, in typical soap fashion, the claws come out, with Marie left wearing a drink courtesy of Mercedes, but despite the unwelcome response, Marie remains unfazed as she continues to cause trouble for Mercedes, who urges Joel to get rid of her, knowing that his mom's presence could scupper Warren having a role in her twins' lives. Marie, however, is going nowhere, and soon enough she's causing even more trouble as she attempts to steal a bag at the loft. Love Her Already. It was first confirmed last year that Rita Simons, who portrayed Roxy Mitchell in EastEnders, would be joining the cast of Hollyoaks, with a subsequent announcement revealing that she would be playing the role of Marie. Marie previously appeared in Hollyoaks in 2012, played by Emma Campbell-Jones. One to watch, Monday, March 18th from 7:30 p.m. on Channel 4 streaming, or Tuesday, March 19th at 7 p.m. on E4. 10 soap spoilers confirm major exit as Coronation Street legend is arrested and EastEnders icon goes missing. With secrets set to explode, exits set in motion, and betrayals aplenty, it's something of a game-changing week for the genre. Ramifications will be felt for quite a long time to come as neighbors revealed the aftermath of Toa Dai Rebecca and Melanie Pearson's romance, with Therese Willis set to be left devastated. Hollyoaks, meanwhile, will wave off one of its most loved characters in Romeo Nightingale, but will he manage to get out of the village before the cops come calling once again? EastEnders sees George Knight left reeling after twisted dad Eddie goes too far to get what he wants, while Emmerdale focuses on a big mistake from Paddy and Chaz Dingle. And as for Coronation Street? Poor Roy Cropper will be implicated in a crime he didn't commit as he's taken away in handcuffs by DS Swain. It's going to be quite a week, and here's all the latest to whet your appetite. George reels as Eddie resorts to blackmail in EastEnders. George is upset when he can't find any trace of his birth family, and, after some advice from Cindy and Elaine, he tells Gina and Anna the truth about Eddie, leaving them speechless. Gloria, meanwhile, gets in touch, with George ordering her and Eddie to stay away. Eddie, however, reveals he's got information on George's birth mother and he'll only hand it over if he gives him a character witness in court. Toa Dai and Melanie's affair exposed, and neighbors racked with guilt over what has transpired between them. Toa Dai avoids Melanie at all costs. Melanie responds by submitting a last-minute entry for Lassiter's Longest Lion event, but Toa Dai gives Therese extra attention. Melanie can't take it, quitting the event and storming off, telling Holly that she only enters the contest because something happened between she and Toa Dai. Therese reels in shock as she overhears and texts Paul that she needs him as Mel and Toad's affair is publicly exposed. Paddy kisses Chaz in Emmerdale. Chaz opens up to Paddy about her operation and, swept upon in the familiarity of the situation, they share a kiss. Paddy swiftly comes to his senses and realizes he made a mistake, relaying word of the kiss to Mandy, who is eerily quiet. Chaz, meanwhile, is taken into surgery and, afterwards, she is overwhelmed and the magnitude of her operation dawns on her. Roy arrested for murder in Coronation Street. Bobby tells DS Swain about Lauren's relationship with Roy, explaining that he gave her a job and found her somewhere to live. Max, meanwhile, points the finger at Daniel, who is questioned about his relationship with Lauren. Daniel fears the worst, but soon suspicion is on Roy again as he's arrested for the suspected murder of Lauren. Romeo on the run in Hollyoaks. After being stabbed in prison by Kane, Romeo wound up in hospital, with Perry and James swiftly plot his escape, helping him evade the guards outside his room. Romeo jumped into the driver's seat of a cab, with his passengers being none other than Prince and Dilly. After taking the unsuspecting duo to Harcourt Manor, Romeo faces questions aplenty when Prince realizes who his driver is. But will Romeo manage to get out of the village? Or will Prince make sure that he's apprehended by authorities? With Amy and Ricky keen to see Denise, Johnny piles on the pressure, ordering Stacy to get to her first. Denise, however, is refusing to see anyone. After some convincing, Stacy manages to see Denise, who reveals that she's no longer hallucinating Keanu but, despite this, she intends to stay put. Jack soon interrupts, demanding to know why Stacy is there. Leanne in danger as dark news story kicks off in Coronation Street. Leanne takes Simon along to a seminar from the Institute. Rowan from the Institute charms Leanne and gives her the benefit of his advice, encouraging her to share her innermost thoughts and feelings. Leanne finds herself blushing. Mackenzie reaches out to struggling Charity in Emmerdale. Charity ignores Mac's babbling and leaves the house, leaving Mac concerned as he realizes he made a mistake in not giving her the space she requested. After searching high and low, Mac locates Charity on a roadside. Can they open up about their feelings? Warren wants answers in Hollyoaks. Warren visits Kane in prison and demands answers regarding who killed Ella. When Kane plays coy, Warren resorts to threats, with James horrified to see the two speaking during a prison visit. Suki is determined to save her relationship with Eve in Eastenders. Suki apologizes to Eve following her decision to move out of the Slaters. After some advice from Vinny, she urges Eve to move in with her at number 41, but she doesn't exactly get the response she wanted. Penny is on hand to offer Eve some advice and, soon enough, Eve shares her concerns with Suki. Eastenders airs Mondays to Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One. Coronation Street airs Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV. Emmerdale airs weeknights at 7:30 p.m. on ITV. Hollyoaks streams weeknights at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 4 streaming and airs on E4 at 7 p.m. Neighbours streams Mondays to Thursdays at 7 a.m. on Amazon Freevee. Please subscribe our channel.